All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
This is GMS New Orleans coming at you with another live lesson, as we always do. We give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem
Hashem, Yahushua,
Yahushua
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem
Barakash.
Barakash.
Once again, double honors to the elders apostles of GMS. Peace and blessings and salutations once again to the hopefully elect. All right, and we're pretty much, Satan kind of working against us, man. This lesson here, but we're gonna push through. Oh well. This lesson here is gonna be centered around, not getting ahead of yourself in this truth, man. Just kind of sticking to the basic of things, all right, the things that you know, all right. As we go along in this truth, sometimes, you learn, brothers learn particular scriptures, things happen, all right, to elevate you in the truth, and you kind of brothers get, especially the younger brothers get behind, besides themselves, man.
Get big headed.
Or get big headed, man. All right. And you kind of get ahead of yourself in your way of thinking, understanding how things go. Ultimately, man, things happen to where you get proud, man, or get demons on you, man. All right, and that can't be. You gotta understand, man, that the sole foundation of the truth is centered around, all right, the milk is centered around being humble. All right, those two things are gonna take you so far in the truth. All right, all within the brotherhood. All right, of dealing amongst the brothers in the church with you, man. All right. You can start me off with that scripture.
Got one for you too.
What you got, Raphael?
I got Sirach chapter 3, I got 21 to 22.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'll read 18 and then jump to it. This is Sirach 3 and 18. The greater thou art. Okay. This is Sirach 3 and 18. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself.
Yeah, the more greater you are in this truth, all right? Because some brothers, you come in this thing, you might be a sign holder. You might be a brother that's holding posts. You might be the cameraman. And as time progresses, you elevate in the spirit. You elevate within your camp. You become an officer. You become different various things. All right. That's not a avenue to get proud, man. You even learn scriptures. You learn basic knowledge of world events and many other things. That's not an avenue to get proud. All right. That's just an avenue to get much more serious and be much more fearful of, man. Because when you gain that much knowledge, and the Lord bless you with that, guess what? That's a large amount of demons that's able to play with you too. All right. So it's a balance to this. All right. Like Esau said in the word, it's a yin and a yang to everything. All right. Go ahead.
The greater thou art, the more humble thyself.
The more humble thyself. You got to be humble, man. All right. You can't let pride get involved or your emotions get involved. All right. With decisions that are being made in the truth or with brothers. All right. Even with yourself, man. Go ahead.
And thou shalt find favor before the Lord.
Yeah, you should find favor before the Lord. Go ahead.
I'm going to jump to verse 20. For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Verse 21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee.
Yeah, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee. So if you're a younger brother in this truth, all right, you shouldn't be trying to get into different other things, man. All right, when I say different other things, they got these wayward books out here, Jasper, Enoch, all right, the Keeping Nigga, the Book of the Dead. All those things are good when you become of age and you can understand how to go through those different books to cut people in their own doctrine. These scoffers and stuff. But when you're a brother that's this is your first year in, your first couple of years in, it's best not to it's best to leave those things alone, man, because those same things you call yourself studying and looking into, they'll take you out, man. All right. So you gotta be mindful of those things. Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "And further by these, my son, be admonished of making many books."
Be admonished of making many books. Go ahead.
There is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh.
Yeah, so much studying too can be weariness of the flesh. You gotta pace yourself. You gotta be able to become like the sponge, man, absorbing much. All right, and when you exorbitant, you're able to digest with the things that you have learned over a period of time. That's why we went into previous other lessons about how the race wasn't given to the swift. So it's a steady pace, man. All right, you got guys they study like that and looking for to be great, get some great name amongst men, try to find some type of place in the society. We ain't here for that. All right. Yeah, a little more. That read that part again though. It's something you said.
Oh, which one? Me or
You said something.
Sirach 3:21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee.
Yeah, seek not out the things too hard. Stick to the basics. That's all it's about. Sticking to what you know. Staying in the confines of things that you know. Right? You shouldn't be going into other things that you don't know, and you can clearly tell you don't know what the hell you're talking about. All right? And if you don't know something, it's best to say you don't know. That's the greatest answer of them all, man. Well, I don't know that, brother. Maybe you can inform me about the little more. I need to look into that a little more, and it'd be over and said and done with. But when you sit up here, going, because you got guys over the years, I done seen guys. I want to know about this and that. And that's what Ezra had that same problem. Where the angel had to constantly tell him, hey, man, stick to with things that's on earth. Don't worry about things that's going on in the heavens. All right, and the Lord gave us this book. All right, this book right here is enough for us down here on earth. All right, you don't need no other books. You got this, the Apocrypha. You don't need no other books to kind of deal with, man.
I think Peter told Yahushua that too. Peter was, it may be somebody else, but Peter was, contemplating on the things of heaven. And Yahushua told him, hey, don't concern yourself with the things of heaven, but concern yourself with the things on earth. Pretty much your relationship between your brother.
Yeah, those things are important, man. The things that you can, what they said in the world, concentrate on things that you can control, man. All right. And that actually translates to this knowledge too, man. Stick to the basics. Stick to the things that were broken down to us by the elder apostles, man. All right.
I had a little more. Neither search the things that are above thy strength, but what is commanded thee, think thereon with reverence.
Mm-hmm.
For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters.
Yeah, be not curious in unnecessary matters. Because you got a lot of guys be busybodies, man. You over here, you in this conversation, you in that conversation, you in this state, you in that state, you in that camp, you in this camp. All right? But here it is, you can't take care of your own business, man. You can't be a busybody. You can't be dabbling in all these matters. Same thing with the studying. The reason why you can't get the book of Revelations down because you worrying about other things outside the scriptures, man. Stick to the basis of the scriptures. This is the foundation. You can't build the roof without having the foundation set up, the wall set up, the pillars. All right? Like I said, these are the building blocks to understand the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High. All right.
What Yahushua say, and we know Yahushua is that foundation, that cornerstone. And, we're built that spiritual temple on. What Yahushua say, my yoke is light and easy. And the main thing Yahushua constantly harking on is what, being brotherly and what? Really the milk. Because when you look at, most encounters we have out on the block, it's over the milk. And the milk always confounds people. Here we have Vocab Malone, who's still confounded by the Gentiles and simple issues like that. So that's the bread and butter of the scriptures and the knowledge. And when you have that down, you have that sure foundation.
You got dudes like Tazariak, they arguing about whether the Old Testament, is done away. Like, come on, man, we did that. It's shit stupid, man. But that's those guys, man. We so happen the Lord woke us up to righteous leaders as the apostles to give us the straight and skinny way. We don't have to sit up here and juggle whether what is what. It's plain, man. The scriptures are plain. This work is easy, man. You shouldn't be making things more complicated than what they really are, man. Go ahead, I
just had a little more. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shewed unto thee than men understand.
Yeah. And this is enough, man. we understand more than we understand more than 7 billion people on the planet Earth, man. All right. So that's a thing in itself. All right. Our average family members, we know more than them about the Lord than what they do, man. They're calling them sweet Jesus. All right, they're still calling the Lord God, but we have the access to the secrets, man. His name, starting with his name, first and foremost, his son's name, understanding who our enemies are, understanding that we have the next rulership of the planet Earth, man, and beyond. That's enough. All right.
That was it.
Go ahead. You got that?
Yeah, First Peter.
Yeah.
As 1 Peter 2, verse 2, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word.
Yeah, as a newborn babe, taking the role as a newborn babe, desire to send milk. What does a baby? When a baby comes up from the age of newborn to 6 months to a year, they dealing with remember the wooden blocks, A, D, 1. They're dealing with the ABCs, the basic of things, man. They're not. I haven't seen a 6-month-old jump on a goddamn Grand Theft Auto yet, all right, on a PS5, man. All right, they ain't jumping on Madden because they don't understand that. It's too high for them. They're still dealing with the toys they know. My itsy bitsy baby. They're still playing with the shit that's hanging on when they slapping it and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Flashing lights.
Flashing lights and shit, man. They still dealing with the basics. So you got to take the role as a newborn babe doing what? Desiring sincere milk. The milk of the scriptures it's a lot, man. Does not a milk fill up a baby? So as we take the role as a baby, that milk should fill you up. Off the milk, you can off this milk of the scriptures, you can do that 20 lessons off the milk. And I'm gonna say this: half the lessons that are deep ain't for everybody here anyway, because they don't even understand the milk. Because if I go into something deep right now, it's gonna go most niggas' heads, man.
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
Foundation.
Yeah, I'm not trying to sound like Kevin Gates and who's some of these niggas that try to be philosophizing all this? Omar Johnson,
Polite.
Polite, T.I. black ass. All right, Killer Mike. I'm not trying, man. Fuck them niggas, man. We are who we are. We not doing this with. We're not trying to be super eloquent with this. All right, we're just teaching it. We're teaching the scriptures of how they're supposed to be taught, man. Sometimes, some days it's raw. Some days we do teach with a little, try not to be real raw in the spirit, but it is what it is, man. It's the basics. It's the building blocks. Go ahead.
So as newborn babes desire the sincere milk
Yup.
of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
That you may what?
Grow thereby.
That you may grow, because you can grow off the milk, man. But the deep dog matters of the scriptures, the things that you try to dabble in that you don't even understand, that can stun your growth, man. You can stun your whole growth in the truth because you'll bug out, because you don't understand, man. And it wasn't time. Everything is about timing too. All right, you can't just go into you can't really just go into the book of Daniel and wrestle that history like that, man. The book of 2nd Ezra, the 11th, 12th chapter. All right, Daniel's 11th chapter. Revelation itself, man. You got to be taught that. You got to be continually nourished on the milk of the actual easy things in scripture. Then you begin to grow. Then your memory, all right, and through repetition, because repetition is the father of learning, man. That's how you learn. Go ahead. Let me get this other one too. That's it on that, brother.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, somebody get 1 Corinthians 9 and 24 and 25. 1 Corinthians 9, chapter 9, verses 24 and 25. You got something? Yeah, go ahead. Y'all brother, go. Y'all roll it.
It's the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 9, and it reads, "Holding fast the faithful word as ye have been taught, that ye may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers." Pretty much backing up what that brother was going into. Like holding fast to the things that you were taught, man. How the apostles taught it, and it was passed down, to the least of us, man, the youngest of us. All right, that's the sincere milk. You can't change the milk. All right, because you're trying to, Jake be trying to alter the
nigga
milk.
trying to change the formula of the milk, man. You know how niggas spike, you bet that point, that nigga spike that bowl with that cheap ass taco vodka, man. Had you all fucked up. You can't spike the milk, man. You gotta drink the milk how it is, man.
That's right, man.
The different minerals and the nutrients is in it is what it is, man. The truth is the truth. You can't change the truth, man.
It's perfect already, bro.
Yeah.
And you know the true definition of perfect, complete. You know, JP trying to, like the brother said, he's adding different shit. Now you starting to make it unbalanced.
Yeah.
Right? This thing is already perfect
In itself.
It shows through the men who the Lord have raised up. Those men, you know, have been well nurtured as you. And
Yeah.
to, you know, they old age now.
Now you going into a territory where you saying the Most High don't know what the hell he talking about.
Correct.
This needs to be changed. You know, I got the answers, man. You don't have the answers, man.
Got the answer. Hey, if I could add to you, like I said, ultimately everything goes back to the basics. You can never change the basics of anything. All right, that's why any boxer, any football player, if they're dealing with any type of sport, if they start to go off and try to get too fancy, what they train and tell them, hey, go back to the basics. All right, it is the perfect way to run this route. It's the perfect way to throw this punch. All right, let's get back to this, and then that's how you're going to win overall. You know, once you start to get in the game, you start to do anything that's just extravagant and something that you never did before, you're just going up. You know, you're going to get caught with something, you know? But you got it, bro.
Man, these niggas ridiculous over here. Go ahead, bro.
I had this is Hebrews chapter 5 verse 12. It says, "For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have needs that want to teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe." And you know, just backing up the elder, you know, the milk is for the younger children. When you like a newborn babe, they have to be weaned off of milk. You have to slowly bring them along and start to give them solid foods and different things like that. You know, the milk is used so they can grow, they can nourish, you know.
Right.
And after that point in time passed, then it becomes a point to where you can, you know, start to digest different things, you know, because you've grown into that, you know. You got it, though.
It's even a step before the solid foods.
Mhm.
After the milk, you got to give them that mush. You got to give them kind of that the jar food, you know, things like that. You know,
Oh, I got a little more.
kind. But you got to lead them into that solid food. Because once you get to that solid food, that's that point in time that it becomes life and death.
Yep.
Because if they don't know how to handle that, they could choke and die.
Mhm.
You know, but you got it, bro.
Yeah, verse 14, it says, "But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age." And if you read in the NLT, it says solid food.
Yep.
So that belongs to those who've grown, who've been weaned off the milk, man. You know, it says even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and
Yeah,
evil.
having a great bit of experience, man.
Mhm.
All right, that's how you're able to exercise and have discernment on whether to do or operating on how to do something or not, man. You know, and it's about getting experience. All right, you got to go through something in order to get experience. You got to go through a test of time, a trial process, man. All right, and that trial process is, you know, you dealt with the basics, then you elevated to advanced level. All right, how to deal with certain situations that may come up, whether in the camp, whether with yourself, man. You got more?
Yeah, if I could read this in the NLT, it's going to back up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hebrews 5 and 14 in the NLT. It says, "Solid food is for those who are mature, who through training
Mm-hmm.
have the skills to recognize the difference between right and wrong."
Yeah, and we dealing with the training, the lessons, the camp, the behind the scenes of classes. That's the breeding ground of training, man. And you know, at the time, you don't, because it's the same thing with the training wheels. When we were young, had bikes 3-4 years old, you had training wheels, man. I know they looked stupid, but you needed the training wheels in order not to fall. All right, or you needed that training bike with it had no pedals on it, but you just push yourself. That was helping you to do what? Balance yourself, man. Then you jumped on a real bike, and then you was able to balance and hold yourself up, turn around, stop, hit brakes. Those things are important. The most important thing, even in the car, even on a bike, is what? The brakes.
All right.
All right, you can go, but motherfucker, how you gonna stop that when you get to the intersection? You had to be told about the brakes. You had to be able to discern when to and when not to hit brakes, man. But that's the same way in this truth, man. The basics are important. You got a lot of guys come around and come in. They want to jump from the basics to the advanced stuff. They want to know Ezekiel the first chapter. They want to know this. They want to know that. That takes time. All right, your mind has to be assured of understanding, and then come into the realization this is the scriptures. This is the truth. Because you can still go through it. Yeah, I don't really believe all that. Chariots, my G, come on. UFOs. You telling me that the chariot following the angel and nah, Jake don't really believe it, man. You know. Second Ezra 13 chapter, you telling me, come on, man. But that takes time. The level of faith that you have, that takes time. It has to, because the scripture tell you in the Apocrypha how wisdom she deals with you with rough ways, and then over time, if you're able to, pass, she start to pour into you more knowledge. But it takes time. Your faith has to be built, man. That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Did you want to get in that with the second Esdras with him and with Esdras and Uriel not having an understanding? Or would that be too much?
You can bring it out.
I'm gonna just run through it real quick, and I got in the GNT to make it simple. This is the second Esdras chapter 4 and 1. It says in the GNT, it says the angel Uriel who had been sent to me replied, "You can't even understand what happens in this world. Do you think you can understand the ways of the Most High?" "Yes, sir, I do," I answered the angel. Continued, "I have been sent to ask you to solve 3 riddles about what happens in this world. If you can explain even one of them to me, I will answer your questions about God's ways and teach you why the human race has an evil impulse."
And then even that type of, we'll get that in the kingdom, man.
Yep.
So right now we know important, prophesy important. We'll get a lot of those things. You know how Jake is. We'll get a lot of that answered in the kingdom, man. Right now we got to get there first. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 5, it says, "I agree, sir. I said, then he said to me, good, how do you weigh out a pound of fire?"
Yeah, how much fire weight? All right. And you ain't know that until you get in the scripture. That fire actually weighs, it has a weight to it, man. And only the Most High, right now, the Most High knows it, man. Yahweh Shem Shai knows that. Go ahead.
"How do you weigh out a pound of fire? How do you measure a bushel of wind?
Mm-hmm.
How do you bring back a day that has passed?"
Yeah. That's all knowledge that the Lord has, Yahweh Shai and Yahweh has, and the angels have that knowledge too, man. And call back a day in itself, man. You don't know nothing about that and we know that halfway with the scriptures, man. But I ain't trying to get into that now. Why? Jay telling you the core vortex of the chariot. The chariot don't use gas, but it use who cares?
Right.
Who cares? Yeah. The polarity, brother.
The electromagnetic.
Yeah, it's stupid. Stupid, man. What's your nationality? Shit, you tell me.
You don't even know that.
Yeah, don't even know that, man.
That's as simple as it could get right there. Your father, your grandfather.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, you got more.
Yeah, kind of. Verse 6, and this is what Ezra says. "I answered, why do you ask me such questions? No human being could answer them." Then he said, "What if I ask you how many dwelling places there are at the bottom of the sea? How many rivers flow into the waters beneath the earth?"
And it's been a video proving that Edomites went way down. They was in the water and touching other water that was moving. You seen this shit?
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, and this devil, he only discovered 5% of the water, I believe, man.
Yeah.
What the earth, 70, 80%? What is it, 75, 80%?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. I don't even think that, man. Like I told you, brother, they got places in America that man ain't never been. It's completely quiet there, man.
Yep.
No planes, nothing. It's places around the world. All right? Go ahead.
I just got 4 more verses. 7. Second Esdras 4 and 7. It says, then he said, what if I ask you how many dwelling places there are at the bottom of the sea? How many rivers flow to the waters beneath the earth?
Right.
How many rivers are there above the dome of the sky?
Yeah.
Where are the exits from the world of the dead? Where are the entrances?
You said, where's the exits?
Yeah.
From the what?
Where are the exits from the world of the dead?
Yeah. So the spirit world, man. All right. Go ahead.
where are the entrances to paradise?
The spirit world.
God.
It's the spirit world he's talking about. There's an exit and there's an entrance. There's a door. There's a door coming in. There's a door coming out, man. All right.
Verse 8, if I had asked you these questions, you might have answered, I have never gone down into the waters beneath the earth, and I have not yet entered into the world of the dead. I have never gone up to heaven. But all I have asked you about is fire, wind, and the day that had just passed. Things you have experienced, yet you have given me no answer.
The angel was getting down on Ezra's ass, man. You know, that's Jake being Jake, man. Jake want to be deeper than deep. All right? Be deep on the things that you know, man. Be thorough on the things that you know. When somebody asks, the scripture tell you how to be after teach, be ready to teach, man. All right? That was it, right?
No, two more. This is about to be the point right here. Verse 10. You can't even understand things that you have been familiar with since you were a child. How can your little mind understand the ways of Yahweh Bashim Shah? Can someone already worn down by this corrupt world understand the ways of the incorruptible God? When I heard this, I fell face downward onto the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Give me that one I told you to get. Get that definition.
I think you got that Corinthians.
Get that
right?
Corinthians real fast.
It's 1
Go ahead,
Corinthians
22.
22. 1 Corinthians 9 and 22. It says, to the weak became I as the weak, that I might gain the weak.
Mhm.
I am made all things to all men, that I might be all means save some.
And that's a Paul said it, but I'm gonna say this. I didn't see the apostles do it, man. All right, when you meet the apostles, like Apostle Ramlab Gabar and various other elders, you know, different bishops, man, they don't act high and mighty, man. They don't act like they sitting on some golden throne. All right, they get down on your level, man. To the weaker men, they get weak. To the stronger men, they deal with the stronger men on a conversation on the stronger topics, man. All right, they don't act high and mighty. And the same thing, that same lesson, it's actually shown to us. We got to take that same thing and do to the younger men. It's in the truth too. You know, you want to say something?
Yeah, just adding on to what you were saying. One of the brother I knew, he had crossed over, but he met Elder Apostle, I think around Ramlab, and he was thanking him for, he's like, you know, the amount of work he put in, you know, teaching the truth and stuff like that. And Elder Apostle around Ramlab goes, hey, you know, thank you for your, you know, amount of work you did and what you put in.
All right.
You know, and it baffled him because he's like, you know, I'm not expecting that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just starting. You know?
Yeah, but that goes into the story about the penny, man. You know, we all working for that same penny. So whether you been putting in work this long, and I came in the middle and you came at the end, it's still because we all working to build the palace of the Most High, man. All right, it's a house, but we dealing with palace. That takes time. You gotta nourish and, you know, build the foundation, build the pillars, the walls, the roof. Right, then you got to deal with the outdoors, electric. You know, so whatever part that brother played, yeah, thank you for your part too. His part helped us get to this point that we at now, man. All right, but you know that's a. Go ahead, keep reading. I think you still got it. Keep reading. I won't get it.
Verse 23. And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you.
Mm-hmm.
Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may obtain.
Yeah, run that you may attain. And you got to really get to the point where you're pacing yourself, man. All right? You're not just actually running, you know, you're running this race. You don't even know what, some guys don't even know where they're running to. They're just running. All right? They don't even have a direction. They're just running because everybody else is running, man. You got to have a purpose of, what's your purpose in the truth? Why are you here? What are you trying to fulfill, man? All right? And while you're doing that, you can't just shoot out all the blocks fast as hell, man. You really gotta ask the Lord. That's one thing I did a long time ago, man. I asked the Lord for longevity, man. That you're able to endure and be around and stay, man. A lot of guys that came and gone over the years, man. All right, some dudes back then, I remember the Bataks, Elements, all them dudes started out hot, on fire, likable, cool, can eat some chicken. But then when it comes to the matters of dealing within the body, you got scriptures, you scripture based. But then when it comes to dealing with a man, you can't do it, man. I done met some of the most beautiful brothers, and I met some of the most horrible niggas in the truth too, man. All right, I done met niggas in the truth that's worse than guys in the world. You know, I'm just saying, I mean, it is what it is, man. Jake do be doing some shit, but go ahead, get that word pace. You gotta pace yourself.
As the word pace in on an online etymology, it said late 13th century, a step in walking, a rate of motion.
A step in walking, because back to the comparison of a baby. A baby starts off crawling first. After it crawl, it gets the courage enough. It gets a strength enough to do what? Learn to take them first steps. And it all starts off with step one, step two. You know, go ahead.
So that kind of represents like taking things slow, because walking is like a slower way to get to your destination.
Yeah,
So,
but you get there.
yeah, you get there. They also said to keep pace with maintaining the same speed and
Mhm.
advance at an equal rate.
Yeah. Patience. You gotta pace yourself in the truth. Stick to the basics. All right. Stick to the things that you know. All right. Hey man, if you just know prophecy, missiles, well, okay, cool. Stick to that. Then over time, you learn to deal with other topics. All right. But you stamped, you certified in knowing what you're talking about when it comes to that, come to prophecies and war and things like that. Then you have a brother, he deals with the New Testament. Some brothers skilled with the Apocrypha, skilled with the words. All right. But be assured of that though. Then you have able time, because you didn't get to a point where you can feel that point. Now you're able to balance it out with other things, man. All right, go ahead. You got any more?
I got a precept for you too.
Anything else? Okay, go ahead.
And it's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 36. And I'm also getting it in the NLT, but it reads, "For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, ye might receive the promise." This said in the NLT. Patient endurance is what you need now, so that you will continue to do Yahweh's will. Then will you receive all that he has promised. And you had made a statement earlier, Elder, and it had me thinking, because people get lost along the way. Right? They get lost, not focusing on the basics. You see, so they forget where they're going. With that First Corinthians, that brother was bringing out. The purpose of running a race is to get to the finish line. It's not to get caught up, in a
Pack.
in a pack and being in, the purpose of the race is to get to the finish line, man. And Jake will get, all discombobulated in the head.
Yeah,
Go ahead, you want to say that? No, go ahead, finish it.
I want to say something. When them people run them marathons, it's not, the guy who finished the guy that's from Kenya, yeah, he might finish first and all of that shit. But you got people that stood at the finish line clapping at everybody finish, man.
That's right, man.
You might be the 200 guy. They happy that you finished. You still finished though, Same thing for the guy that's the 143rd guy. That's 44th, the last guy. He's still part of the elective, man. It don't matter. As long as you finish, hey, as long as I'm in there, I'm like King David. King David said, I'm cool with just being the doorman if that has to be the case,
Everybody says something. Hey, just like those races that they run, those marathons. I know for a fact I can't run a marathon right now. So in like manner, this race that we run, this spiritual race, a lot of people are
Can't
not
run
cut
it.
out for it.
Nah, they not. They can't
So
put on these shoes, man.
It's a great feat, to run this race. Go ahead.
What they tell you, because I would consider myself pretty good in a marathon and distance run, probably as some other brothers. But one thing that they tell you in that thing is that you always gotta run your own race. You gotta run at your own pace when it comes to things like this. Because the moment that you start trying to do something that you're not supposed to do, you're gonna get burned out. You know what I'm saying? But overall, knowing that this is a race that specifically that all of us got our own in each battles going through this thing, we gotta pace ourselves and make sure that we on time of what we're doing, you know, to finish ultimately.
I got two more. Look at
Got
that.
Ecclesiastes too.
Huh?
That Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. Might give it to the swift.
Yeah.
Here's the back of the statement you just made too.
Come.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want the Ecclesiastes?
Yeah.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong.
Yeah, the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, all right? You know, these fucking Edomites, man. You gotta just hope that you, this is some of the dumbest shit ever, brother.
Let's go.
It's tripping, man. Bro,
Read it again.
you should group them in over here, bro. Like, with a camera on. Like, why would you come over here, bro? Shit's stupid, man. Fucking weirdo shit, man. I was in the world, I never done that shit.
Not at all.
People just fucking knows it, man.
Reading my season.
You know?
Did you want to read it again?
Now I call them fucking Springfield, Ohio Haitians. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Then you'd be mad. You know? Go ahead, brother. Y'all seen this shit? They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. I call one of them goddamn Levites over here. You be held to the captain, bitch.
What is that on your teeth?
Yeah.
You've been eating that cat?
Yeah.
But again, this is Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. It says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong.
Right.
Neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of
Yeah, so-
understanding.
One more time, brother. Bible shot. One more time.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift.
Yeah, it's not about, the fastest, all right? Even in the truth, it's not about how you come out fast. You know, a lot of guys, like I said, a lot of guys I done seen come out blazing. Hey man, you come out like you gotta keep that same pace. You done made that pace for yourself. You gotta have to keep it. If you come out at a steady, you ain't came out too slow, you ain't came out too fast, you came out just enough, like the definition that brother went in. All right, you're able to hold yourself a long way, man. Go ahead.
That's part of the endurance, that distance race right there.
Right.
In that distance race, every lap has to be similar to the first time that you did it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how you make that time that you're supposed to make. If you want to make 13 minutes, that means you got to run 6:30 and 6:30 each lap. You know what I'm saying? But continuing on, Ecclesiastes 9:11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift,
Mhm.
nor battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding,
Yup.
nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all.
Hey, time and chance happen to all, man. Through the process of time, experience, you gain. All right, you gain enough of what you need to know, man. All right, you get experience. You come across some things in the truth. All right, that stick with you, man. That's what it's about. All right. What I told you to get out. Yeah. Give me Proverbs. Somebody give me Proverbs. Oh, it's right here. 4. I think it's 4 and 5.
I got one too.
5 down to 7. You got something? Get yours. After that, that's gonna be it.
Kind of just to back up what the brother Bayan was going into, like when you're at a race, you got to run at your own pace. And it's like the elder brother says all the time, you may see another man that's on a certain level and you may be trying to chase his level. And when you think you so-called got to his level, he's on another level. So you should just, stay in your spiritual lane and, the spiritual tools you've been given, hey, work in that arena. And what the Most High is going to gradually, build you up at your own pace.
Right.
And if you try to outrun that, you're going to gas yourself out. You might end up.
And don't try to be because you got guys that try to take on the personality of be a brother. You take certain pieces of different brothers that you like, man, and you put all them in combination of yourself, and you still be yourself, but you take learning tools from those brothers, man. All right. Because even with the guy Kobe, that nigga mimicked MJ, walk like him, talk like, but he still was Kobe Bryant at the end of the day too. You know what I'm saying? Same way you gotta be, man. You gotta be yourself. Go ahead. You wanna say something about?
Yeah, I want to say like, yeah, basically be content in what you know and who you are.
Yeah.
All the Lord wants you to be. You know what I'm saying?
And be confident, man. All right. And know what you're talking about. All right. And that all comes from the basics. ABC 1 through 3. The basic of things. When we was in school, we learned our ABCs, learned cursive, learned our numbers. All right. You didn't come out there with algebra, geometry out the gate. All right. Same thing in this truth. Like I said, you can't be proud, man. I done been around some dudes. They don't want to know nothing about the basics. They just want to know. They just don't want to know deep dark secrets, man. I ain't trying to learn the scriptures. I just want to learn the Hebrew. I'm like, brother, you can't do that. You tripping. I mean, you seen it before. Yeah, Jake be tripping, bro.
I'm on a level.
Yeah. Or you get to that point where they say knowledge puff it up. You get to a certain point in learning knowledge. Now you puffed up it with pride, man. Nobody can tell you nothing now. You have all the answers. That's a recipe for disaster. Go ahead, Al.
This is what it's about to say. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?
Yeah. You're gonna destroy yourself in the long run, man. All right. Yeah, man. Pride is a killer. All right. Well, give me that Proverbs 4 first, and then that brother go in the 16.
This Proverbs 4 and verse 5, it says, "Get wisdom, get understanding,
Mhm.
forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth.
Mhm.
Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee.
Yep.
Wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding."
Yeah. So with all that getting, make sure you get understanding too, man. All right. Understand what you're a part of. Understand these scriptures, man. All right. And we got to go back to the like they taught us in school. People, place, the thing. You gotta learn all those basics over, man. All right. To understand this, like the elders say, you gotta learn. In order to know these scriptures, you gotta go back and deal with history. All right. You gotta go back and deal with the origins of things, man. Okay. Where did this come from? What's the etymology of this word, man? All right. Those are the basics. Okay. That's another lesson I got. You have to be teachable, man. All right. Give me that. We're gonna end it on that, brother.
Guys, Proverbs 16. You want to start verse 16?
Yeah, 16 and 16.
Guys, Proverbs 16, verse 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver?
Yep.
The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. Pride goeth before destruction,
Yep.
and an haughty spirit before a fall.
Yep. Keep going.
Better is it to be of a humble spirit with the lowly, than to divide the spoil with the proud.
Yeah, and all these things here or things we must know in the truth too, man. All right. All right. Not having that proud spirit, and having a lowly, humble spirit, man. And you'll go far in the truth like that, man. You have a good report. All right. But anybody got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Oh yeah, I want to say that basically like we get proud. You taking away from the Lord's credit, and the Lord don't like that, man. That's
Yeah,
why
you
you
may-
gotta give him all credit. That's by you being humble. Like you giving the Lord all the credit of everything. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what we speaking. The Lord speak through us. So can we get that?
Yeah.
Mind if I give just one verse to back up what you just said?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 7. For who maketh thee to differ from another? And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now, if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if thou hadst not received it?
God.
I was gonna say, yeah, basically, like, yeah, like, hey, the Lord gave you that. You know what I'm saying? So why are you acting all proud that you got it for yourself?
Yeah, man.
That don't make no sense.
Who gave you that car? Who gave you that house? Who gave you that woman? The Lord, man. He get the credit.
Gave you the milk.
Yeah. Gave you this tree. Gave you this tree. You didn't go buy this truth. Took the truth, man. Now the Lord gave you this, man. Now that you have it, you have to do something with it too. All right. So with that, man, we hope this lesson was edifying to the point, as we always do. We ended it by giving infinite honors and infinite praises to Yahweh. Once again, double honors to the elders apostles of GMS. Peace and blessings once again to the hopeful elect and to the sincere out there. Shalom.
Shalom.